In this video, we're going to show how to use UTIPS and create student accounts so your students can set up accounts in your class. To start out, we're going to go to utips.org. We're going to log in as a teacher. Put my username, password in, and do a login. Once I'm in login, I want to make sure I have a test created. And you can watch the other video on creating a test from the test item pool to do that. So I've got a test created here. What I really want to do now is set up so that I can get students into my class. I'm going to come up, I'm going to click on organizations and navigate to my district, and then go down, open the school, open up my class, and I'm using the CTE class right now, and I want to create enrollment codes. So I click on enrollment codes. I tell it I need a new enrollment code. I click on new, and it wants to be a student code. I click on that, and it generates my code. So I get this Keep 27. That's my enrollment code. I'm going to give that to all my students so they can set up a account and be in my class. Last thing I want to make sure I do is hit the save button so I save that new enrollment code. I'm going to go back to my tests. I have a test that I've generated already. I want to make sure that it's available, so I've set up the dates that it's available. I'm going to allow students to change the display, and I'm going to pick 23 random items that are in there. I'm going to show the percent, the score is a percent when the student's finished. And I'm going to go up and make sure it's saved. My settings, my options for my test are set. The next thing I want to do is have each student go to the student page, and that student URL is the name of the district or the charter school, and then .utips.org. As this is, if I was a student in Granite District, this is what I would do here. But I'm going to change to the ZZ district, so I'm going to put that in. So I put in the ZZY UTIPS account. This is the practice district. I go there. Once I'm there, I see the green banner. That lets me know that I'm a student. If your student already has a username, which is usually their lunch number, and their password, they can log in. Most students, a lot of your students will not have an account, so they're going to come down to create a new account. And they have a new account, and so here we're going to enter the enrollment code. My enrollment code was Keep 27, so I enter my enrollment code, or the students enter that enrollment code to sign up to create a new account. I've written that up on the board so all the students can see it, and I hit the continue. Then it's going to ask for my student lunch number. So I entered the student enters his lunch number, hits continue, and it's going to ask for their first name, last name, email becomes option. So I'm going to enter that in now. So as a student in the Transformer School in the CTE, I put in my first name as Iron, last name as Manor, and I hit the continue button to continue. Next thing I need to do is enter a password and hit continue, so I'll do that now. So I've entered the password, created a password, and hit continue. They didn't match, so I'm going to have to do it again. Put in my password again, continue, and it works. So now I'm a student, and as a student I can go in, and all I see is I can modify my account there. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to go make sure as a teacher that this student is added to my test. Now I'm back to my teacher test. I've got items in the thing, in my teacher account. I'm going to go to participants. And participants, I'm going to go down to the CTE class. I'm going to say, click on the ECS. I'm going to do all students in CTE. So the students, all the students that are in CTE should be able to currently take the test. So I'm going to pause and I'm going to go back to my student test. I'm on my teacher account, and what I see there is I've got the student enrolled in my CTE group, but not in my ECS class. So I'm going to click the button, click on the ECS, and what I need to do is generate an enrollment code for that. So I go and click, I generated an enrollment code. I'm going to take that, I'm going to give that to my student. He can enter that in, so now he'll be in the class instead of just in the department. So now I'm back to my student. I'm going to add my student, have my students in another class, so I'm going to have him add an enrollment code. And the new enrollment code is must 76. I put it in, apply the enrollment code, and he is now entered as a student. Okay, one of the things that I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to log out and log back in for this new enrollment code to take effect. So I'm going to do that right now. So I've logged back out and I've logged in, and now the test shows up that I can take that test. So if I click on the test, as a student, it says it gives me the dates that are available. I begin the test, starts up, and it will ask me questions out of the ones that I have. And I have 23 questions out of there. It says, which of the following would be considered essential from buying a computer? Probably processor, memory, hard drive, monitor, operating system. Those are probably the 5 that would be required. So I'm going to do that, hit next, go on to the next question, and as a student I can finish taking the test. As a student, I've finished the test, it's gone in, tells me what my score is, and I'm finished. So I have now got a student enrolled in my class, he's taken the test. Next video I'm going to show you how to look at the reports for this test.